Hi,
Hello.
welcome to our daily reflection taken from the YouVersion app, verse of the day. And today it is Jenny.
Today it's from Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8, which is, "Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, 'Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?' And I said, 'Here am I, send me.'"
Well, this is Isaiah.
That's Isaiah.
It's the beginning of his sense of call of God to go and, be a prophet.
Go and do the thing,
Go and do the
Isaiah.
thing. And it reminds me what a prophet is. A prophet who speaks on God's behalf to the people, and a priest is someone who speaks on man's behalf or humanity's behalf back to God. So,
and often we talk about prophets as somebody prophesying the future, but
predicting
the
future.
But it's not always so, is it?
No.
It's just God making his wishes known to
Yeah,
people.
his thoughts known, his plans known. It's not just plans for the future. It's often quite deep, incisive thoughts about the way God sees the world. But obviously the future is tied up in that. God has a significant desire for the future of planet Earth, and he calls us as human beings to work with God in that journey. So therefore there is always a call. Sometimes we think that a call to be a prophet or something is the big one, but God calls people to do a whole lot of other different things. But it's good in this place that there is that moment, and I think it was true for us, maybe true for you, where had a sense of, this may be the little bit of the job that God's got for me to do.
So tell us about that. What was it like for you? Because that was pre-me, wasn't it?
It was pre you, yes. Well, you did exist, I'm sure.
Yeah, but pre our relationship, perhaps I should say that.
Yeah, I was about 15. I think by this stage I had made a decision to follow Jesus, although I was brought up in a Christian family, so I always had assumed that would happen, but there was a moment when I clearly decided that. And this was in the country, Victoria, in Kyneton Baptist Church, and I remember walking around the building. The toilets at that point were out the back, and we had to go past the kitchen, which was a lean-to kitchen. And I remember walking down there and having a sense, I think I'm meant to be involved in the church. And it wasn't a call to be a pastor, but to be part of the journey of the church, working out how best to be the church God wants us to be. So that was about 15, and the journey's been ongoing since then. What about you?
Well, for me, interestingly, quite a lot later, in actual fact. And I remember going to a big, huge conference, Hillsong conference, in the late 90s.
Okay, so this is after kids, is
After
it?
kids, that's right. So 5 kids in the room. I was putting them to sleep. We were staying with friends of a friend's, and
in Sydney going
to the Hillsong conference, and we were in the basement downstairs. Room was dark, blinds were shut. I just settled everyone down to sleep, prayed and done their usual routine, and we're in the dark, and they were all settled. And it was after the first night of the conference, and I just said to God, I don't know what it is, but there's something that is coming. There's something you're calling me to. And I physically put my hand up in the dark and said, not out loud, I said, I mouthed, okay, God, yes, whatever it is, I am here, I am willing, I am ready, and let me know. Give it to me. I'm in that place.
Yep.
So that was a moment of acceptance of something, but I didn't know what the something was yet. But it was definitely a moment of, I'm ready.
Yeah. And here I am, send me. Same as
here I am, send me.
Yeah, that's right.
It was pretty much that.
There's that sense that God does speak to us. It might not be a voice, it might be a set of circumstances, it might be a situation, but a moment when you have a sense there is something ahead. I'm not exactly sure what it is. And I think for both of us, because I had no idea what it was, but a sense, there is something here. And the important thing, as reflected here in Isaiah, is just saying, yes, I'm ready, I'm available, send me. And sometimes it can be the need. You see something profound and say, I wish someone would do something about that. And then you stop and go,
it's meant to be me.
Maybe it's me.
But sometimes you can feel like, I wish somebody would do something like that. And too,
that
it's
is
not you.
Yeah, exactly, equally. So I wonder if you've had a moment like that. Maybe God's got something in store for you that you haven't even stopped to think about, or maybe you haven't said yes yet. I encourage you to reflect on that today.
Yeah, we'll leave you with it. See ya.